Hi everyone, it's Christine here from Ever After Paper Crafts, and today I have a really simple card that I'm going to make with you using this brand new Clearly Besotted Fluffy Flamingos stamp set. How cute is this set? I absolutely adore it, and I'm so glad that Clearly Besotted is back after a little break. I love, love, love their images. So this is the cute little card that we're going to make today, and I want to show you how I do kind of a little bit of multicoloring or mixing my colors when I use my zig markers. That's kind of the little technique I wanted to show you today. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to have several card samples to share with you with different ideas on how to use this particular stamp set. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create this fun little background. As you can see, this is a very simple card. It's white on white, but I do have a little bit of Distress Oxide inking going on in the bottom left corner. So what I'm going to do to create that is I'm just going to pull over my scratch paper and I went ahead and cut out a rectangle from a Lawn Fawn Stitch rectangle die. And this is the largest rectangle from the small stitch rectangle set. So I'm going to turn it vertically because this is how I have it on my card. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my blending tool and my Distress Oxide ink. This color is Cracked Pistachio. And I'm just going to ink a little bit here in this bottom left corner. So I'm just going to start off the paper and go directly then onto my panel. And I'm not looking for a lot, I'm just looking for just a little bit of shading here. It's just a fun look that I'm creating, and it's really going to make our pink flamingo pop. So this is about enough, I think. Yeah, that looks good. So let me just work on fading out some of these lines here. This Distress Oxide ink is so easy to work with in terms of blending. It really doesn't take much to get the lines, the harsh lines out. When you're blending, it's super, super nice to work with. Okay, so that does it for that. Just a little tiny bit of ink and we're done. Let me go ahead and take the pad off the blending tool. And we're going to take a little bit of water, as you know, one of my favorite techniques. And I'm going to grab a little piece of paper towel. And we're going to go ahead and just do a little bit of light squirting of water onto our inked panel. And then I'm just going to blot with my paper towel. And as you see, it gives that nice little distressed look to it. So we're going to set this aside to dry, and we're going to go ahead and stamp out our flamingo. Now I already went ahead and stamped him using, turn this over here, using Hero Arts black dye ink, and which is a waterproof ink because we're going to be using our zigs. The image that I picked from the stamp set is this little flamingo right here. He's so cute. I love these little fluffy guys. They are adorable. And we're only going to be using 2 zig markers and our water brush. So I'm going to have your paper towel ready so you can clean off your water brush in between uses. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off of my water brush. And I'm going to start with pink. The 2 colors that I'm using are peach pink and orange. I'm going to lay my pink down first. I'm going to just work in small sections, as you'll see in a moment, and then I'm going to lay a little tiny bit of orange on top of it. And then you'll see once I blend out with my water brush how it kind of creates a two-toned effect. Because if you've ever looked at, I actually Googled pictures of flamingos, and sometimes some of them have a little bit of an orange tinting to the pink in their coloring. So I thought, wouldn't that be cute to try to kind of create that with the zigs? So that's what I am doing. So you see how I just put a little bit of pink where I thought that there would be some shading or some darker areas based on how he's standing. And now I just put a tiny bit of orange. I didn't put orange in every area that I put pink, just in a couple. And I'm going to take my water brush and I'm just working in a circular motion and blending those colors out. And you get like a pinkish, orangish color to your image. Now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to come under his chin where it's going to be obviously darker. And I'm going to come up here and in the kind of the pointy area of his feathers is going to be a little darker. And then here, where I've kind of already shaded up a little bit, I'm going to put some more pink here in the base of his first little layer of wings. Now I'm going to come in with my orange. I'm just going to put a little bit of orange in just a few select places. I'm going to go under his neck. I'm going to go a little bit right there, a couple of the wings, and the middle wing right there. And then I'm going to take my water brush, and I've already cleaned it off in between uses, and I'm just going to blend these lines out and pull this color that I've laid down in towards the middle. And it really is so pretty. These really do work like watercolor paints. They really do. And you can use different colors on top of each other to blend, to create new colors, and to even give yourself multicolored flamingos. So now all that we have left to do is his little head and then his feet. So I'm going to do some pink up here around his head, a little bit up here, and then on this side of his cheeks as well. And I'm going to take the orange, do the same thing I've been doing, tiny little bit, and I'm really, you can probably barely even see where I'm laying that orange down. I'm being so careful with it, because if you're not careful with it, you're just going to have an orange flamingo, because the orange is darker than the peach pink color that I'm using. So you really just want to put a tiny little bit, just a little bit, so you have mostly pink with an orange tint to it. Otherwise, if you're a little too heavy-handed with the orange, you'll have an orange flamingo. And if an orange flamingo is what you want, that's totally fine. For my design that I had in my head, though, I wanted him to be a little bit more pink with just an orange tint. And I found that I felt that I put a little bit too much orange in his head. So I'm just going back, and that's another great thing with these zigs, is you can go back and add a darker color back in and reblend. And now I have a little bit more pink. I'm going to put a little bit of orange on his nose because I forgot to do that. And now we're going to blend out his nose. And then the last section that we have to do are his feet. I'm going to do that the same way again. A little bit of pink, tiny little bit of orange on top of that. And then blend it out with my water brush. And Bristol Smooth cardstock is my absolute favorite for working with zig markers. It just blends so beautifully. So there you go. There's my cute little flamingo, and I hope the camera is picking up how he's got that orange tint to him. He's got the pink base, but he's got a little bit of orange mixed in. Now I went outside the lines a little bit, but for this I wasn't worried about it because I'm just going to cut him out. Clearly Besada doesn't have coordinating dies with this, which is fine. I can just take my sharp scissors and go in and fussy cut this out. Now, because I didn't want you guys to have to watch me do that on camera, I went ahead and cut it out off camera prior to logging on to the camera. So I've already got one cut out. So here's one that I did previously that's pink and orange with that orange tinting. And I also coated him in Wink of Stella glitter, which I'm not sure the camera's going to pick up, but he's really sparkly in real life, so he's really cute. So now it's time to go ahead and put our card together. Like I said, this is a very, very simple card, one that you could make several different samples of and just vary your colors. You could have a hot pink flamingo, a light pink flamingo, this multicolored flamingo, and you could change your colors of distress ink as well. So the next step that I'm going to do is there's this little water circle of water here where the flamingos can stand in as part of the stamp set. So I already put that on my acrylic block, and I just wanted to show you quickly how you can stamp with these Distress Oxide inks as well. So this is Broken China, and I'm just going to do a practice run right here. See how beautiful that is on my scratch paper, and now we're going to put it on our panel for our flamingo to stand in. And it's just a really fun extra element to the card, to the simple card, but it's really great, and these Distress Oxide inks are wonderful to stamp with. So I'm going to grab a baby wipe super quick because I got a little bit of ink on my fingers and I don't want that to get on my project. That is one thing that I have learned working with Distress Oxide inks rather, is that they are a little messy, especially when you're a messy crafter like me. They can get on your fingers, and then you get ink smudges on your project, which is no fun. So alright, so now I'm going to take my little flamingo, I'm going to turn him over, and I'm going to grab a couple dimensionals. These just happen to be from Stampin' Up. You can use foam tape, whatever you have in your stash. I'm going to remove the backing, the tape backing, to the dimensionals. Doesn't want me to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. And go ahead and adhere our little flamingo down. Now, prior to coming on camera, I also stamped, just to save time, this sentiment right here that says "Stand Tall," and it's in a little quote bubble. And so I went ahead and stamped that, put some foam tape on the back, and I'm going to just tear the tape backing off of that foam tape, and I'm just going to put that right here near the flamingo. Super cute. And now all we have left to do is add just a few sequins. So I have some light green sequins here from Craft Medley and some pink sequins here from Pretty Pink Posh. So I'm just going to grab some of my multimedia mat, which is a great glue for adhering sequins. And I'm just going to put a little, whoops, that was way too much. Let's dab that up really quick. That came out way faster than I expected, but that's okay. We can clean that up super quick. All right, so now we're gonna try this again, and we're just gonna put just a little bit of glue down in just a few places. Just gonna do probably 5. Okay. Put the lid back on, and I'm just going to sprinkle out just a few of these really pretty sequins here. And I like to vary them in size too. I think that that's fun. Just gives it a different kind of look. Okay, there's that. And then finally we'll do one more green. All right, so let's close up our sequins. And then the last step will be to put some foam tape on the back of our stamped panel, and then we'll put this on our note card, which is a normal 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 top folding note card. And that is our card. It's done. So I wanted to show you quickly all of the other cards that I created, because I just couldn't stop coloring these cute little flamingos. So here's the one we just did on camera, and I'll just wait for the sequins to dry, and then I'll put the panel on the card base. So that's the one we just made on camera. Here's one I made prior to coming on camera with the same kind of layout idea. Here's another one that I did with a sentiment that says, "I'll stand by you." And I did a little bit of pink. It's actually, it looks pink. It's Worn Lipstick Distress Inking, Distress Oxide Inking down here in the bottom left, right corner. I heat embossed the "I'll stand by you" sentiment. Added a little bit of design paper. This happens to be from Stampin' Up! And then I added some sequins. So there you can see that card. And now I did this one. This little flamingo is in flight, and my sentiment reads, "Like birds of a feather, we flock together." I heat embossed that, and also added some more Stampin' Up! Design paper and some sequins, and did some more Worn Lipstick Distress Inking on the bottom there. And then the last two are, I kind of went a little bit crazier with these two and had a lot of fun with these. This one says, "Tickled Pink, we're still friends." This one on the right, I did that multicolor again. He's got pink and orange in him. This one's just got some pink. I did some clouds. These are from a cloud border die from Lawn Fawn. And then I did lots of different blendings with my Distress Oxide inks. I used different colors. Broken China, I think this one was Spice Marmalade, and the Worn Lipstick. And then on this one here, I did more clouds, some design paper from Stampin' Up!, and some sequins, and then I did a hot pink flamingo. So these are all the cards that I created using this adorable stamp set from Clearly Besotted. I hope that you enjoyed the card we made together today, and I hope that this brought you some inspiration, and that you enjoyed making this card with me. And I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I can't thank you enough for stopping by, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.